In this video we'll give you 3 ways to pass a GIRS test. If you're new here, my name is Luca, and since 2018 I've helped over 1100 men have a more fulfilling dating life with new girls approached in the daytime, without going clubbing and without using online dating apps. So what is exactly a test? They are called also sometimes a shit test, they're called also congruence test, doesn't matter, it's the same, it's just a terminology, but it doesn't matter how you call it. So what is it exactly? It's when the girl is acting sometimes in a bitchy way, maybe she's saying something that you perceive as negative. It's just a test in many cases. Sometimes it's a rejection, so you have to also be able to distinguish when it's a test and when it's a rejection, because many people, they tend to become very paranoid, and everything that the girl is saying, they say, oh, this is a shit test, this is a test, it's a... No, maybe it's just something that she's saying. And sometimes people also confuse a rejection for a shit test. Okay, sometimes she's just rejecting you, so you also have to develop the social intelligence to understand when it's a rejection, when it's actually a shit test, and when it's actually a shit test, and when she's just saying something that it's normal but you perceive it as a test. Okay, so the classical shit test. Before actually telling you like the most common shit test and how to pass it, let's understand quickly why girls are testing men. It's actually a positive signal, okay? So switch it in your brain. Have this mental shift from a negative to positive. It's a positive signal. Women are not testing men that are not attracted to. Okay, so they're testing you because they are interested in you, but they want to check if the version that you're presenting of yourself it's false or if it's true. Okay, because it's not so difficult to pretend for a few minutes in a conversation. And also for people that think that seduction, learning how to be successful with women is pretending to be someone that you're not. No, it's impossible. It's the totally opposite. Try to pretend to be someone that you're not, and you will see that you will get rejected immediately. Okay, you will not be able to have a long conversation with a girl. Okay, and girls are not stupid. Okay, men most part of the times are stupid, but women are not stupid. They can sense a fake conversation in 1 second. If I would have in front of me the script of this video, you would be able to feel it. Okay, in front of me I have some notes, but I don't have the script. Because if I would read from notes, if I would read the script of this video, you would be able to sense it. Even if you're not able to sense it consciously, you will be able to sense it unconsciously, and the result will be just that you will not trust me. You would not be able to understand why, but you will just feel that there is something wrong. Okay, that what is wrong in that case is that I'm pretending the conversation. Okay, and same thing with women. So for those that think that you have to pretend to be someone that you're not, it's actually bullshit. So the most common shit test that you can receive from a girl is, do you do this with all the girls? Very typical. You can get this shit test from different angles, said in different ways, but the main shit test that you can receive is this. So do you do this with all the girls? But for this test and also for other shit tests, it's pretty much the same. The principles behind are always the same. The words can be different, and I will give you 3 ways to respond in 3 different verbal ways. But remember that actually it doesn't matter what you say if you were affected negatively inside of yourself. Okay, so if you were affected negatively, if you were shaking inside, if you reacted emotionally inside, it won't matter what you reply verbally. So you have to aim to achieve like the unreactiveness emotionally. Okay, which doesn't mean that you will be just a poker face like this. You will not have any emotions. Okay, it just you will not be affected negatively from some bitchy behavior, from some bitchy sentence that the girl can throw on you. So the first way to pass a shit test is answering in a funny way, and also sometimes you can literally exaggerate your answer, but always in a funny way. So for example, I remember when I was in 2018, so before starting teaching success with women, I started teaching it in 2018, but in the second half of 2018. In the first half of 2018, I was still working as an employee. I was working as a real estate agent in Milan, Italy. And in the lunch break, I remember I was always going out in the main square of Milan, and I was approaching there in the lunch break, and if a girl was giving me that shit test, oh, do you do this with all the girls? I was always saying no, only with girls, only on Tuesday during the lunch break or something like this. Okay, so I was picking the exact day that I was there in that moment. So if it was Tuesday, I was saying Tuesday. If it was Saturday, I was saying Saturday. So. And sometimes I was also very specific. If the girl's name was, for example, Katie, I was saying no, only with, and maybe she was blonde, I was saying no, only on Tuesday during the lunch break with blonde girls. And maybe also sometimes I was adding also the name, no, only on Tuesday during the lunch break with blonde girls called Katie. Okay, or something like this. Maybe being too specific, it's not good. In this case, it's okay also to just say in the day, and in that case, the lunch, the moment that was the lunch break. But this is just an example. Okay, you don't have to copy this way to answer. The principle is that you can answer in a funny way, exaggerating also the answer. But remember that if you were affected internally, it won't matter what you reply, you will just fail the shit test. Every time you're passing a shit test, you will gain some quote-unquote attraction point. If you're failing the shit test, she will lose interest for you. Then the second way for answering to a shit test is answer in a simple and truthful way. Okay, for example, if I was getting this shit test in a daytime approach, I was saying, she was telling me, how do you do this with all the girls? No, but when I see a girl during the day that I may like, I prefer going to talk to her during the daytime rather than approaching her in a club when she's drunk, or like everybody does on Tinder, okay, or something like this. Okay, so answering in a simple and truthful way. So the third way is ignore the shit test and change topic. Okay, so this actually doesn't require a long explanation. Just use everything else in the context. Use what she said before. Use what you said before. Use what you're saying, because the conversation topics are everywhere in what she's saying, in what you say, in the context. So use everything else, but don't reply to that shit test. Okay, it depends. Okay, there is not a better way to reply to the shit test. You can you have to just develop skills of conversation, and you will reply automatically in the best way. But remember that if you were affected internally from the shit test, you will not pass it and you will be rejected. So if you want to learn everything from the opening line to the bedroom with new girls approached in the daytime, click the link in the description below, fill out the application, and if you're accepted, you can schedule a free consultation call where I will review your current situation and how we can work together to help you achieve your ideal dating life.